Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We are going to show you how to fade in and out on tracks that you have added in to Audacity. So this is my audio track. So I'm going to show you the that I recorded this was by simply pressing record and speaking. It sounds a little bit like this.
I became what I am today at the age of 12 on a frigid, overcast day in the winter of 1975.
Ooh,
I
so
remember the
scary.
precise moment.
Okay, so this, and we want to make a clone of it because for this lesson we are learning how to overlay one type of music to create one mood and another type of music to create another mood. So to do this is quite simple. You just select this track here, trimmed the appropriate length, and making sure that the actual track says what you want it to say, that it begins where you want and ends where you want. And we're just going to copy it. Control C, copy that. Now, when, for example, if you don't have it, you could decide where you wanted to place it. Up on the top is an autoplay section, so you may want to avoid using that, but as you can see, you can choose a bunch of different locations for that. However, we wanted to place that kind of right back where it was so that it makes sense with the music. So then you simply control paste, or you edit paste, but we're going to use the control functions. And so you see it just pops right back there, right where it's supposed to be. So now you've got two tracks. That's the first thing that you want to do. You want to record your audio using record. You want to make sure that it's perfect. And then you want to cut it and paste it. As you can see, I've left some space here so that this makes sense. Now, to add some music, in this case, I have recorded some music. But if you would like to edit or add some music, all you do is you add audio and it shows you all sorts of different audio that you could add. So you could add any MP3 that you like, but for example, if I wanted to have some sad piano music, I could add that in, and you can see the torn apart, sad, angry piano music is now a part of this file. However, it's incredibly huge. So to make little cuts, you see how there's this little finger point. I can drag this along and we can just say adios to this part here by just using the cut button, and it will cut all the stuff you've highlighted. So it gets rid of that. Now we've already got some music, so we're going to take this and we're just going to cut it all out because we don't like it. If you want to remove a track, you can also just click the X button that's up here in this corner. See where my mouse is? We won't do that right now. So right now we've got all of the tracks muted, which is just so that you could hear what my voice sounded like. However, if you unmute them, you can then decide how loud you would like things to go. So let's play from the start.
I became what I am today at the age of 12
Okay, so in my opinion, I think that the guitar sounds like it's a little bit loud, so we can turn that down so it's nice and even. Let's check it again.
I became what I am today at the age of 12 on a frigid, overcast day in the winter.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
remember the precise moment.
So I feel like that's a lot better. Now, you see this little dangly bit at the end here. We don't totally like that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to allow the guitar to start to fade out as we go. So once again, we use this finger, we drag it across, and we use an effect called fade out. If you were going to have it at the beginning of the track, which we could do as well, you could fade it in, but for this purpose, we're going to fade it out, and you'll notice that it changes the look of the sound bar there, which is cool. So then what we're also going to do is potentially just drag this back and maybe just trim this up just a little bit, just to make sure that we're not getting any excess sound. Okay, so we've also got this little guy right up here, and we're going to, just like I said, we're going to copy him. And then we're going to take him and we are going to, let's paste him whereabouts. Yeah, so we've selected that line there. We are going to just paste that little man up in there, and then this is kind of neat because we can get rid of this whole track, and now we're just dealing with the one. So let's make sure that we're not hearing more than we need to hear beforehand, and let's make a little snipperoo here as well. So we're just going to cut that out, although that moved everything back just a little bit. I feel like that is going to be just fine. So now that we want to fade it in a little bit, that way we can build a little bit of a mood and or ambiance as we get this music going. So we're going to fade it in. So let's hear how that sounds, okay? You can hear it gets a little louder. So we've only played, sorry about that, we've only played that little section that we had selected. So let's hear how this sounds here.
I became what I am today at the age of 12 on a frigid, overcast day.
Once again, I feel like the guitar is a little quiet, so you know what? What we'll do is we'll just put the vocals up a little bit. Hear what that does.
I became what I am today at the age of 12 on a frigid, overcast day in the winter of 1975.
Cool. And let's hear how it sounds as it ends.
I thought about the life I had lived until the winter of 1975 came and changed everything and made me what I am today.
Okay, so what our track sounds like, and there's a little bit of a musical interlude in there that's going to fade in. We have two different tracks that are copies of each other. We've got two different music tracks that are going to create a different mood, and then we've sort of played with the sound to make sure everything is balanced. So I hope this was somewhat informative. Give it a shot with Audacity, and thank you very much, students.